All 12 tribes were brought out of Egypt. He didn't leave none of the tribes behind. All of them were delivered. Read that again.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, and therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
You see that? So you only does God know of all the families of the earth. Therefore he's going to punish you. That's why we go into captivity. That's why we ended up in the sub-Saharan slave trade and the transatlantic slave trade. That's why we ended up in captivity, because we broke the commandments. You understand? Now, let's say you don't believe that we're saying that we are the people of the book. Let's see one of the curses, and let's see whether it applies to all people. We don't mind, because this gospel is for the house of Israel. Now, give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48. Because some people wag their heads and think, you're talking nonsense. But you know what? Your churches are talking nonsense.
That's right.
Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So the Israelites will serve your enemies, not friends, your enemies. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So you notice the Lord himself is going to send the enemies against the house of Israel. Now, what is he going to say he's going to do when he sends the other nations against the house of Israel? Read.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
So the children of Israel, when you want food, water, anything to eat, drink, or clothing, you have to go to your enemies, because you're not going to be self-sufficient to produce these things for yourself any longer. And what else? Read.
And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So process of elimination now. Process of elimination. You know, like Sherlock Holmes used to say, when you eliminate all of these potential solutions, you come to one glaring obvious fact. Read that again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So, which people on the planet Earth, had yokes of iron placed on their necks? That's the question. Without a shadow of a doubt, we know us, our people, had yokes of iron. They even made films about it. Roots, 12 years a slave. 12 years a slave. You understand? Django. Our people had yokes of iron on our necks. Undeniable facts in the transatlantic slave trade.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
So, who did this happen to? Us. Who does the Bible say it's going to happen to? The Israelites. Therefore, who are we? We are the people of the book.
Right.
You understand? So, let's get some more proof. Give me verse 32. Hold this up. Let's see another curse that Moses said would happen to the children of Israel. Verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eye shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So which people on the planet forcibly had their sons and daughters taken from them, from the west coast of Africa, shipped all over the earth? It was our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But the reason we don't know we're the people of the book is because our names have been changed. Give me verse 37. Our names have been changed. Verse 37.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So we will become a proverb and a byword. We will no longer go by the princely names of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, down to Issachar. we would now take on the names of the heathen nations, even down to your surnames. When you was branded on that plantation by your slave master, you took on the name of Jefferson, Peters, Smith. You understand? You took on those names, the names of your slave masters.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.